Hello, Ebony. This is your astrology reading with me. I'm finishing up for you. Um, Before I start, I just want to let you know, go ahead and get you a pen and paper and pause the video as many times as you need and take your notes because, again, this is a process, this is a journey, this is an unraveling literally of your story, which is very, very complex. You will see as I go further along in the video that you have a lot of things going on, a lot of unraveling that needs to be done. And from what I gather, it's going to seem like you're going to need at least two more readings. I'm saying two. It might be more. Like I told you, I have some clients that come 7, 6 times for to continue the process, the unraveling of the storyline of their natal chart. So also you can go ahead and pause the video and write this down. This is the aspects, so you know when I talk about sextiles, squares, trines, oppositions, and conjunctions, you'll be with me on the same page. You understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna talk about your chart ruler, which I talked about a lot of stuff prior, which I usually is not supposed to do. I just supposed to give you your astrology reading, but I did y'all like a family favor. I just wanted to let y'all understand and feel comfortable with the astrology. But like I said, I touched on a lot of basic stuff already for you, but I'm going to go into deeper unraveling, and I'm going to start with your chart ruler, which is Libra, which is the ruling planet of Libra is Venus. So how we look at the chart ruler deals with what your soul came here to do, what you meant to kind of sort of focus on, because there's a lot of different aspects to make you focus on things like the North Node, the South Node, Saturn. So it's like different layers of focusing on. But main theme of things is what the chart ruler wants you to do. And your chart ruler is Venus, and she's in the second house of money, self-worth, and also with your North Node. So you have two layers, two dots of focusing on second house matters, which is again money, um, uh, gains, your self worth, speaking, um, uh, selling things, um, relationships, dealing with money, making money off of women, because Venus is also women. Also, your Venus is in Sagittarius, and that means she's in a traveling sign of Sagittarius, teaching sign of Sagittarius. So it's like is you meant to teach and travel off of making money off of wisdom, like a motivational speaker, or like a healer, or like just like any philanthropist type work, or anything dealing with women, or like how women like let me see what's a good example. Like, it's a bad example, but it's an example. Candy Bears, like how she travels with the sex toy thing, like she travel and do like host different events and parties and stuff like that. I like what you already doing with your eyeglass wear, like you traveling and doing pop up shops. So it's like you already doing what Venus wants you to do. Okay. Also, you have to look at all the houses Venus rule. So Venus is ruling your first and eighth house of other people money, which is where your fortune is. So it's you meant to make money off other people, and the eighth house is also taxes. So when I point to these things, you can pause the video and write those down, and research more about the second house, research more about the eighth house to get a full understanding. Because like I said, it's a journey, and the houses also always go deeper than the surface of things. Okay, because the eighth house deal with death. So and you have the south node here, so it's like Venus wants you to like release death, so that goes into like being like a goddess type figure of like not dying, like being immortal, because the dragon's tail is here, and everything with the dragon tail falls away. So it's like death falling away. Also, I have to look at the aspect because your fortune can be falling away too. But from the other stuff I've seen, that most likely won't happen because you have like a lot of fail safes in your natal chart. but we're gonna get to that later on. But like I say, Venus wants you to focus on your money and focus on other people's money. And she also, let's see what she's doing. She's talking in your chart. She's conjunct Sun, conjunct Mercury, conjunct Mars. So again, like making money off of creativity, um, your mental thinking, like so, like communication, speaking, writing, everything. Mercury rules. Your community also. Mars is men, and you know Venus is women. So again, making money off men and women. She's sextile in Saturn, so it's like making money like from home, because Saturn in the fourth house of home, and also the heart. So again, going back to things that you create from the heart. Um, she's opposing your fortune, so again, you it's like the oppositions deal with awareness, like you, so you could see the money you could make, you could see the different things that you could do to make money. You could see the different avenues that you could open up and make money. But it's like it's a opposition. Opposition like a tug of war. Like, oh, do I want to do that? Oh, if I do that, I'm gonna have resistance. So it's like you really have to fight to make money and pull money from other people or get other people to put money into you. Because the eighth house also rules taxes and loans. So getting taxes and loans could be like an opposition for you. Also, Venus is sextile in Juno, so working with a partner, working with a soulmate on a venture. So it's like the Beyonce Jay-Z archetype. So making money together with someone. Because when we say soulmates, Juno, it could be anybody. So it's like anybody your soul likes, or like your soul knew in a past life with the Juno aspect, which is sextile. Sextile is good. So anybody you real comfortable with, that you feel like y'all have a soul connection, you can make good money with them. Also, it's conjunct the galactic center. Galactic center is source creation. So you pulling a lot of money in from source creation. Every time you make money, it's like it's coming from God, literally. And that's big. So it's like that's a big dot to like being connected and have like a open connection to God. Like you able to literally connect to source and pull things down into this reality. That's very good. Also, it's sextile in your ascendant, so it's like people like you. People are easy to talk to you, and that's a good thing to make money off of. That you're easy to walk up on, you're easy to get to know, you're easy to embrace with the sextile to the ascendant with Venus, your chart ruler. Also, it's trine Regulus. Regulus is magic. Regulus is military. Schematics. Regulus is also fame. Is ruled by Leo. So by Venus trining this, it's like you able to make money off putting your mind into anything you doing with your relationship. So really thinking about like contracts, like doing like with vendors and putting contracts in place with like when you work with people. So it's like channeling and also magic. So like making a mantra. So like how I did this, like this sigil for a check to be paid from God. So it's like making different things dealing with magic to pull money in with Venus. So it's like also getting like an Aphrodite statue, the goddess of love, the goddess of we're dealing with Venus, so that'd be a good karma for you to do, because again that's a trine with the magic aspect. So anything dealing with magic to pull money in, it's a good karma. Because if you don't do it, it's like you just letting it waste when you have the opportunity, and aka the X gene for magic to pull money in magically. Okay, moving right along. Um, Next, we're going to talk about. Let's see what we can get into. So I talked about your chart ruler. Now I want to focus on your higher self, because your moon is in Taurus and Venus rule Taurus. So it's like I want to say your higher self. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. The ninth house deal with the higher self. So remember we was talking about how like the God you serve or the deity you come from. So I looked a little deeper. Your ninth house, it starts at 29 degrees of Gemini. So, and you see it skips straight to Gemini to Leo. We're missing Cancer. Cancer is in the ninth house. So your higher self, the God you serve, the deity you serve the divine mother, Cancer. Your higher self is the high priestess, um, your divine mother. Um, or it's like it's just ruled by the moon. So how we know what the higher self doing in the chart? We look to what the moon is doing. Your moon is in the seventh house, and the seventh house is open enemies, also partnerships. So either the lower octave of the seventh house is enemies, the higher octave is partnerships, like working with, not say working with your enemies, but working with people you not really get along with, but you're making it do. It's the higher octave, so it's like you're letting bygones be bygones. And the moon is also mother, and the moon is also your community. The moon is also your memories. So it's like you have access to a lot of ancient and historical memories that you have the ability to unlock. Now let's see what the moon is doing over here, what she's talking about. So again, I'm sorry. This is I broke it down in ways of like what all the planets are doing. It's like every planet has a role. So that's how I do my readings. I write down and break down exactly what every role in all the aspects, aka talking, because I see aspects as they're having a conversation with other planets. So your higher self, the moon, um, and also here's the kicker: if you want to know more or talk to your higher self, talk to your mom. So that's the loophole or the coming of it all. That's why you're in the house with her, because your mom is your higher self. Okay? So the moon is trining the sun, trining Mars, opposing Jupiter, trining Neptune, trining Cameron, squaring MC. So it's like your higher self wants you to um where's the sun? The sun is in the third house. So it's like your higher self wants you to communicate, be assertive, be aggressive, um, pay attention to your wealth, pay attention to your what Jupiter is. Let's see what Jupiter, what house Jupiter is. Pay attention to your body. Okay? Because Jupiter in the first house of the body. Also paying attention to your head, what things, different things you're putting into your head, your mind. Also things you put into your body, paying attention to your body. So that's why it's like a lot of focus on your body, because your higher self wants you to pay attention to your body. Also, your moon is trining Neptune. Neptune is in the third house, going back to the mind. So your higher self wants you to create. Your higher self wants you to travel. Your higher self wants you to get out and be vocal and talk to people. Okay. Also, your high Neptune is also healing, creativity. Neptune is in, I think your sign is Capricorn, so your higher self wants you to work. There's a lot of work your higher self wants you to do. Also, training Chiron, your higher self wants you to, again, to heal people. Chiron is in the 11th house, so that's the collective consciousness. So big groups of people you should be working with in healing or helping them heal themselves. How Chiron works in a person's chart. And I want to pause it right here because I want you to really focus in on Chiron, because Chiron plays a big role. Chiron and the moon is some of the two planets that plays a big role in your chart. So remember moon and remember Chiron, okay? And you can write down Venus, remember Venus. It's also the moon, your higher self moon is squaring MC. So it's like your higher self don't want you to be seen. It's like your higher self has issues with you shining. Your higher self has issues with you being emotional, compulsive. It's like your higher self has issues with you showing your true self to the world. It's like your higher self wants you to be recluse. It's like your higher self wants you to hide and be underground. It's like a lot of insecurities I'm feeling intuitively with these aspects combined. It's like your higher self just wants you to work and not focus on I'm not gonna say fame, but it's like, but MC is like the public, so it deals with fame. The government working publicly with people, and getting out there with people. So it's like, yeah, it is kind of like your house that don't want you to be famous or be known, but you have a lot of other aspects that want you to be known. So it's like a contradiction. It's again like a lot of battle. So remember that word. You have a lot of battling and contradictory energy going on in your chart. So there's one dot. This is the first time we're talking about it. Let's keep going because I'm gonna be talking about it like 3 or 4 times. A lot of contradictions in your chart. So we're going to move on to your shadow work. Pluto is shadow work. Your shadow work for this lifetime is in the first house, the body. So I'm picking up because Pluto is death, rebirth. So it's like you're going to be dying in that body, but being reborn in that body. So it's like, again, going back to what I talked about, releasing death. So it's like you meant to have like the how they say, the phoenix turn into ashes and and rise again into the soaring bird. So it's like you're gonna have to do that all in your body. So it's like, again, going back to the moon aspect, and moon opposing Jupiter. So it's like a lot of focus on your body. So you really have to pay attention and really get down and crack down on your health and make sure your body is A1. Because again, it's 2 dots already that your body is going to deal with a lot of transformation, inner and outer, dealing with internal death, on different energetic levels. Okay, a lot of transformation. So there's 2 dots already for transformation. Um, let's see what Pluto is doing. Pluto is sextile Uranus. Uranus is in the second house of thinking. So a lot of transformational, intense conversations, because the third house is speaking. Also, the third house is dealing with your hands, what you're creating. So a lot of out the blue creativity. Like one moment you at work, and then 5 minutes later, while you doing filing papers or doing something at work, you get insight or sidetracked or start daydreaming. That's that Pluto sextile Uranus energy wanting you to create and be creative. It's like a lot of creativity, a lot of creating energy. But Pluto is squaring your fourth house, your home. So Pluto is squaring your home. So there's a lot of shadow work dealing with your creativity, a lot of shadow work dealing with your home that you have to heal. And Saturn is also contracts. So a lot of contracts with the shadow that you have to heal. Dealing with other people from your family in your home, your ancestors, because the 4th, 8th, and 12th house deal with your ancestors. Okay? Let's see. And also Pluto is trining MC. So Pluto is also talking to your 10th house of public life and reputation and future career goals and plans. So you have to but it's a trine. Trine is good. So you able to work well with, I'm gonna just say, because Pluto deal with the underworld demons. It's good. You work well with demons. Like they listen to you. It's like you have authority and control over them. Um, from a lot of stuff I picked up, it's like overall your chart is like, speaking of, um, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till what I'm about to say. I'm gonna wait till I get to your soft note. And then I'm gonna talk about what I'm about to say. But it deals with, like I could just say, Pluto training your MC. It's like you have authority and control over these demons, over the underworld, over large groups of things that rebel, or the shadow people. You have power over them. So that's kind of good if you use it the right way, but then again, it's kind of bad if you abuse it. It's all how you want to use that and accumulate good or bad karma. Okay, let's go to next to Saturn. Your Saturn is in the 4th house of the home. Also, the 4th house is the heart, dealing with your heart. So it's like you're kind of slow to love. You're not that easy. You have a lot of boundaries. See, at Saturn with the rings of Saturn, you have a lot of boundaries dealing with love and letting people into your heart, letting people into your home, aka your body. You have a lot of restrictions around letting people get close to you. Okay, and let's see why. You have Saturn sextiling Mercury, which is the mind. Mercury's in the second house of money. Oh, so I'm guessing you feel like people will try to use you for your money, or if not use you for your money, or you use others to get your money, to get your way, to make sure you're stable. Also, you have Saturn sextile Venus, so that's good. Stabilizing money is good to make money out of crafts, arts and crafts with that sextile between Saturn and Venus. That's good. Stabilizing, because Saturn is reality. Venus is your values. So it's like you have strong values, very what's the word? Very not stable, very not controlling, very values, restrictions, very determined when it comes to how you open up with your heart and love and dealing with relationships of all kinds with people. Then you have, so we talked about Saturn square Pluto. Then you have Saturn trining your fortune. So you have to work hard for your money. You have to work hard for your fortune. You have to work hard for 8th house matters. 8th house is 6. So you really have to work hard for 6 and let people in, because it's like you have the fountain of youth down there, girl. Because the 8th house, I was telling you about the 8th house is the organs and the genitals area. So it's like you have the fountain of youth down there. That's why Saturn is talking to it, letting you know, put blocks, but you good at putting those blocks down there and not being used down there in that area. Also, Saturn is sextile in the galactic center, so you have good karma, because remember sextiles and trines is good karma. You have sextiles with the galactic center. The galactic center is source energy, so God trusts you with his/her energy. That's very good. It's very positive. Galactic center is in the third house of the mind, so it's like your mind is able to channel directly to God, from God. You have Saturn sextile in your ascendant, so a strong body, hard body, and it's good to able to be reborn in your body, because Saturn is like Saturn will hold your body together, while Pluto does the destruction and rebirth process on your body. So again, it deals with being protected from death. So that's 3 dots we talked about with dealing with death and rebirth. Let's go next to, I'm going to touch on your South Node. Your South Node is, your North Node is in Sagittarius, so it's like is in the second house of money, so it's like you meant to travel and make money off of traveling and things that you create, because you have Mercury and Venus, and also money off relationships, money off your community, money off teaching. So finding something you really good at, you want to talk about or teach to the people or teach to the masses, you can make a lot of money off of it. Your South Node, your North Node is in Sag, so your South Node automatically falls in Gemini, and that falls in the 8th house. So it's like you will be releasing karmic debt from other people. So it's like you will be not wanting to accumulate or not wanting to like get loans or things that you have to owe people. You don't want to, it's like that's falling away from you this lifetime. So it's like all about you creating your own wealth and building your own finances to make you stable in this lifetime. So we look to the rule of, so to know what you did in your past life, we look to the ruler of your South Node. So the South Node is in Gemini. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury. So we look at what Mercury is doing in your chart. So going back to money. So your ruler of your chart is in the money house, and your past life ruler is in the money house. So there's 2 dots going back to money. and your self-worth and speaking everything in the second house. So really research stuff, information about the second house, because your chart ruler wants you to talk about and think about money, and your past life ruler wants you to talk about and think about money. So let's look at the aspects Mercury is doing. So Mercury is conjunct the Sun, conjunct Venus, conjunct Mars, sextile Saturn, opposing Fortune, sextile Jupiter. So we talked about this earlier. Wait, did we talk about the South Node already? I feel like I talked about this already. No, it's because they conjunct, they got the same thing. Okay, no, we talked about Venus. Mercury. So in the past life, you worked, it's like your father imbued you with power, love, war tactic. It's like, let me see, your father, the sun. But Mercury is conjunct Sun, Venus, Mars. So I'm picking up, it's like you worked, it's like you guarded and protected other people's money. Because it's opposition with the fortune and it's in the second house opposing the eighth house. It's like you was a guardian of money in your past life, but you was with a twin, you was with another partner. Because again, it's sextile with Juno, with the South Node ruler. So it's like you was protecting, guarding money. Because again, Mercury's in the money house, opposing other people's money. So it's like, yeah, but your South Node is in other people's money house. So it's like you was guarding other people's money. Remember y'all brought up, it's funny how y'all brought it up. Well, I don't think it was you, but I think it was your boyfriend. He brought about Aladdin and all the money, because the eighth house is also the underworld. Remember that. So it's like you was guarding the underworld's money. You and a twin, or you and the soulmates was guarding other people's money in the underworld, eighth house, your South Node there. So you were guarding other people's money, and you had the power to do it. So that's going back to what I talked about earlier about you having control and power over demons or dark shadow beings. Because from this conjunction, you have the power to, wipe them out or keep them in line. It's very, very interesting. So remember everything we talk about. Remember, take your notes and whatever questions you have for us to glance back over. Because again, I'm trying to keep the video within the time frame of the time that's allowed it. Let's see. And then if you look over here, because this is behind the scenes, this is consciously how you see it. 12th house is hidden. So making money off things in secret. Because Scorpio is the ruler of this house over here. Yeah. So it's like private underworld stuff that you're supposed to come in to dealing with what you was doing in your past life. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to touch back on that later. Let me know if you want to find out more and deeper info about this past life information that you was doing with your soulmates. Okay, let's see. We're going to talk about Chiron right quick. The wounded, your wound, and how you heal Chiron is by healing other people. So that's how Chiron heals. Because Chiron can never heal himself in the storyline. He can heal himself, but he could heal other people. And by healing other people, he kind of sort of healed himself, but he couldn't heal himself. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like the divine will heal you only if you use your wound or your hurt or your pain from that wound to heal other people. But you sextile in Jupiter, anything Jupiter touches expands. So you're wounded expanded from the 11th, because Chiron is in the 11th house, the collective consciousness of sextile, trining Mars, trining Moon. I'm picking again with this Moon, so it's like I don't know if you wanna, cause yeah, the Moon is mom, but the Moon is also females. So working with females, so like a healing business. Virgo is in Virgo, so like a plant-based business or herbal business, something dealing with the earth that you is very, very blessed with. Nothing but good aspects. Sextile, trine. But also you got the moon, but also Mars. Also Jupiter's marriage, children. So working with children, healing children, women, men. The sun also. The sun deals with both of the moon and sun deal with fame and community and being seen. So it's like you're meant to be seen for your healing work, or your contribution to the world. You're meant to be seen. But going back to what I said earlier, it's like your higher self don't want you to be seen. So going back to your higher self ruler being the moon, it's like your higher self slash mother is in your way. It's like you being blocked and stopped to face your mom, which is your higher self. Remember that because we got to go deep on that. It's deep how we connect that back to your mom and facing your higher self every day, literally. Let's see. What was I going to talk about? Okay, you was born on a waxing gibbous moon, so you can write this down and research that more. That deals with being very, very wise and have a lot of wisdom that you need to offer the world. So we're going to go in briefly and talk about some very, very interesting aspects. Like I said, it's a lot going on in your chart, and we only have time for 4. That's why I was saying about more readings or more time to go back over the rest of the chart. But we're gonna try to fit all this in right quick. Let's see. Okay. So the first aspect I want to talk about, a configuration in your chart, is a cradle. Okay, a cradle is a comfortable prison. Okay, so follow me with that. You can write that down. Comfortable prison that you're in, that you can trigger. Okay, and it gains energy only from within a context of struggle. She cannot forge something new, something waiting to collapse. Only balance from help at the right time slash moment. So at any given moment, this safety net that you put in place can collapse. Okay, and you also have another safety net down here, this kite, which is another safety net. So it's like you have 2 safety nets, but they meant to not really help you forever. They meant to both fall away or really be worked on. Okay, so you have a safety net up here, comfortable prison, and then you have a kite, which is an active and dynamic demonstration or expression of how an individual can use the power of life and love to expand into a greater role of responsibility through cooperation and maturity, which is activate their own paradox in order to solve it. So it's like you have 2 prisons. That's what I wrote down here. You in jail, creating your own jail. So it's like, why, Ebony? Why did you do this to yourself? Why did you create 2 fail safes to keep you in like a prison? 2 prisons. See the diagram? A cradle and a kite, which I was looking at. If you turn it sideways, it looked like a cross. Okay? And this looked like a doggone execution table. So it's like you keeping yourself locked away. And that's 2 dots to being locked away. But going back to this cradle, okay, it's like you have again the safety net of Crees, Aries, 6th house, which is work, trying to work. Also, Crees is your mother. Crees goes back to being to the mother person in your life. Also, Juno, soulmates, 12th house deal with God. So also Venus, your relationships, 2nd house, money. So work, connection to God, soulmates, money, Saturn, 4th house, contracts with the family slash home, Mercury, also brothers and sisters, money. So it's like you have all these aspects like to try to save you when you down and out or having problems or can't figure stuff out. But they're not meant to last. Like it's like they'll come in and help you out or save you a couple times, but it's like you meant to find a way or to break this cradle somehow. Cause it's work. 6th house, 2nd house deal with money, 4th house deal with family, and 12th house deal with God. So it's like they all saving you, but it's like a comfortable prison. like you're relying on this energy or those archetypes all the time, but they can collapse at any given moment. It's like no stability here, no real stability. So it's like you have to find your own stability, which is I can see you look at the opposite houses, but the opposite house of the 6th is the 12th, so that's like they cancel each other out. So you can't look there, you can't look to work, you can't look to God because you exhaust yourself. Oh, I ain't gonna say look to God because God is faith without works is dead. So it's like you constantly working, putting in all the spiritual work, and going back to again the 6th house of work. It's like it's canceled out, like it nullified. But you got the 2nd and 4th, so you have your family, your home. And 2nd house is money, your possessions, your speaking. So it's like safety net home, safety net work, safety net God, safety net money. But I'm seeing like a circle, a loop. And I'm trying to figure out how can Ebony break this loop, this safety net. Balance from right hope at the right time, at the right moment. So it's like the right time at the right moment. I'm feeling like at the right time at the right moment when everything down and out, I'm seeing I'm picking up the 12th house. The 12th house energy is like God can come in and help you when you're having problems with work, when you're having problems with the home or family or contracts or the heart of dealing with being down in this world, and also your money whenever you have money issues or problems. Because are all this that's not really stable, because the work not stable, the money not stable, family ain't stable, but the only thing stable is God, and it's showing to soulmate. So finding real soulmate people that you can rely on, that can really have your back. Okay, we're gonna get into the second aspect, which is the yard finger of God, and this is dealing with a special mission, spiritual evolution. So evolution, evolution is cycles. So increased awareness, something you have been doing for many lifetimes. Okay, lifetimes. Is used in selfless ways to benefit others. And this is your MC. MC deals with the 10th house, career, public life. So again, going back to being famous, finger of God. You're meant to be famous, but it contradicts what the higher self wants you to do with this square to the MC. But back here, this triangle, this yard, wants you to be famous. And dealing with men, your son, that's the 3rd house, and the 3rd house deal with creativity. Your hands, the 3rd house, remember I was saying your 3rd house is hands. So again, healing. This could be dealing with some healing energy. And remember, 5th house, creativity, past life talents, your mind. So creating things with your hands, channeling from your mind, bringing it to the 10th house, career,